NFL Week 2 of the 2022 NFL season, episode 35 of Sports Mass Collective, the only sports comedy podcast hosted by a former All-American athlete. That's a fact. Look it up in the Guinness World Book of Records. It's in there, I guarantee it, because it's true, and they wouldn't lie. Nice air conditioner there for the summer, folks. Stancil Athletic shirt. Yes, just me this week, so it's going to be a quick one, folks. We're going to just go through bang out the picks, talk about a couple dicks, and go from there real quick before we blast through the NFL. The New York Mets have a it is Friday, September 16th. The Mets have a one-game lead. Earlier this week, they lost their first three-game series against a shitty team or something, against the Cubs, whatever. All I'm saying is this. We have the Pirates this weekend. If we don't leave this weekend with at least a three-game lead, we have a series with the Brewers, then the Athletics, and then the Braves after this. So, easy series, but if they don't leave this weekend with a three-game lead, we're in deep shit. And listen, I told you this was going to happen, so don't be surprised they get swept by the Cubs. And, yeah. Listen, don't get me wrong. I was born a Mets fan. I want them to win, but I've seen the movie too many times. Speaking of seeing the movie too many times, how about the New York Jets did exactly. Stancil Stradamus. Like, don't even bother. Don't listen to Mike Francesa. Don't listen to Colin Cowherd. Obviously don't watch anything on ESPN because it's all totally compromised propaganda. Jim Stancil is the one you need to listen to. I told you the Jets were going to get the doors blown off. I told you they are the worst team in the NFL. I told you should I don't care what the spread is. You're always going to take the other team. They're not going to win 4 games this year. That's a mortal lock. Take that to the bank. And they put it on full display this last Sunday. Again, there's no surprises. Really not much to talk about because I told you what was going to happen last week. So go watch episode 34 if you want a recap of the Jets game last week, because what happened was exactly what I said. Just a terrible franchise. Nobody more in touch with the goings-on than Jim Stancil. Let me tell you, folks. What else? Like I said, no co-host, no guests this week. So I think we're going to get right into the meat and potatoes of my dick. Chargers and Chiefs last night. I only watched the fourth quarter because I was doing things. I'm a real person. But a decent game. Looked pretty messy. And on a side note, the Amazon stream was absolutely atrocious. It was streamed only on Amazon, and they were just getting blasted the whole time. So if they're going to continue to broadcast games, which I guess all the Thursday night games are supposedly on Amazon now, they better figure their dicks out, because just a brutal broadcast. But a decent game. Chargers lost, but Herbert, again, just throwing darts in the fourth quarter there with some kind of rib injury. My expert analysis. And again, like I told you, the Chiefs are the real deal. I don't know if people don't talk about the Chiefs because they won and they've just been around, but pound for pound, the Chiefs, everybody's on the Broncos' cock, and they're on Jared Allen's cock, and they're on Herbert's cock. The Chiefs are still the team to beat until proven otherwise, as far as I'm concerned. So we shall see. Now, let's just get right into the Week 2 picks for dicks. Sports Mass Collective. Hold on, this is a high budget production. We got to play the pick music, folks. And here we go. And listen, I don't know how he did last week. I think he did pretty good. I didn't do the math. But who gives a fuck anyway? All right. We're on. Is the music on? Oh, yeah. We're rolling, baby. All right. Here we go. All right. Dolphins at Ravens. Ravens minus 3.5. Ravens played the Jets last week. Hard to gauge against them, you know, because the Jets are basically a high school team. That said, the Ravens are at home. That's not complicated, folks. Dolphins looked pretty good last week, but I don't, week 1 in the NFL, nobody knows what they're doing. Give me the Ravens minus 3.5. They're going to win by more than, I feel like they're going to win by 6 or more. Jets at Browns. Browns minus 6.5. Next game, no need to explain that. Colts at Jaguars. Jaguars are getting 4. Boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I do like the Colts. I do think they are a touch overrated, though. And I think the Jags are a touch underrated. Trevor Lawrence not going to be a world beater, but I think he's a career quarterback at least. I think he'll be in the league a bit. I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to take the Jags plus 4 here against the Colts. Bucks at Saints. Saints are getting 2.5. Might be one of the harder games of the week to pick. Saints at home getting points, and they looked decent last week. Give me the Saints plus 2.5. Give me the underdog at home. Panthers at Giants. Saquon Barkley again, as I told you, is back in full force. They showed you last week, and the Giants got very lucky, and dug out a win against Tennessee, who couldn't stop missing field goals. Their life depended on it. But I'm taking the Panthers. Panthers getting points. Christian McCaffrey against the Giants. The Giants secondary is shot. And Daniel Jones, sorry, just isn't that great. Give me the Panthers minus 2. And I have a feeling it's not going to be a close game. I think the Panthers are going to do some work there. Pats at Steelers, and the Steelers are getting 2 points. Yeah, listen, cut to the chase, folks. Give me the Steelers plus 2. Give me the Steelers plus 2. Mitch Trubisky is Mitch Trubisky. If you know sports, you know that. But boy, it's tough. They did lose Najee Harris. But they have a lot of weapons, man, and they still have that defense. That's a tough one, too. But I'm going to take the Steelers. Fuck the Pats. Fuck Tom Brady. Even though he's not the Pats, I don't care. The Washington Redskins at Detroit Lions. Lions minus 1.5. Wow, Lions are favored there. That's a mistake. I think Commanders are better than people think. Commanders plus 1.5, getting points. Sure, give me that. Seahawks at 49ers in what can only be called a overrated bowl. Both quarterbacks, well, I shouldn't say that. Trey Lance played kind of like shit, but it was a rainstorm. Lost the game. And Seahawks probably, I would say, probably played their best game of the year against the Broncos and Russell Wilson, their former quarterback. 49ers are minus 8.5. I guess I'm missing something here, but give me the Seahawks plus 8.5. Trey Lance is not good. Certainly wasn't good in week 1, and I haven't seen anything before that. So I see no reason. With the 8, different story. If the spread was smaller, Seahawks are getting more than a touchdown. Give me the Seahawks at the Niners with plus 8.5. Wow. Go put money on that. Falcons at Rams. Rams minus 10.5. Going the opposite way here. Another team that overachieved in week 1, the Falcons. Away at the Rams. Obviously, the Rams have no home field advantage because California fans aren't real fans, and LA sucks and LA cucks. But too much talent on that team. Rams minus 10.5. Cards at Raiders. Raiders minus 5.5. This is a good game. Yeah, a lot of talent on both sides. Don't love the Cardinals' defense. Tempted me with a 5.5. Raiders, yeah, a tough week 1. I'm gonna go with the Raiders at home, minus 5.5. I think they're gonna have, they have something to prove this week after week 1. Yeah, Bengals at Cowboys. Cowboys are getting 7. Yep, Dak out. And they didn't look good otherwise with Dak. I'm sorry. Ezekiel Elliott is, he's, on a scale of 1 to 10 as a back, he's a 7. He's solid, but he's not going to win a game on his own. And the Bengals, that tough loss to the Steelers week 1. And the young god, Joe Burrow back there. Give me the Bengals -7 at Dallas. They ain't going to go 0-2. Certainly not against Dallas. Certainly not after losing to a rival. Keep your eyes out for an absolute blowout there. That's and then the Sunday night game, Bears at Packers. I said the Seahawks probably had their best game in week 1. I would venture to guess Packers probably had their worst week in week 1. A couple of those drop passes by their young receivers are caught. The game is different. A divisional game. Aaron Rodgers still at home as the quarterback. I think Lazar is back this week. He's got weapons there. Don't let him fool you. Lest we forget their running back, Aaron Jones. Packers -10. With the Justin Fields, again, that fucking monsoon they played in last week. I don't believe anything he did. I know they had a comeback in the second half, but that ain't doing it for me, dog. Yeah, Packers -10. I think Rodgers is pissed off. You don't want to play Rodgers when he's pissed off. Monday night. 2 games Monday night because the NFL can't get enough money. Roger Goodell can't get enough money. So Titans and Bills, the early game. Are they playing the same time of these games? Because the other game is Vikings at Eagles. So are they just offsetting them by like an hour? Weird. Anyway, Titans at Bills. Bills are -10. And I agree that spread should be big. If it was 7, I'd go Bills. But 10, I'm gonna go with the Titans because of the points and with the points. Bills are gonna win. I think they'll probably win right around, somewhere 7-10. Again, that's where the spread comes in. That's a tough one. I could definitely see this going the other way. So that's a toss-up for me. I'm taking the Titans with the points. Last game, Vikings at Eagles. Eagles are -2. I like the Eagles. I think they're the best team in the NFC East. I've seen a lot of people saying the Commanders are. I can't believe in Carson Wentz. You've heard me rant about it. Jalen Hurts, a nice, young, black, athletic quarterback. That's how you win in today's NFL, unless you're Jared Allen, when you're a white athletic quarterback. But you got to be an athletic quarterback. Carson Wentz is not. Decent weapons, but not enough weapons. Eagles, I don't know. For some reason, I think Eagles are going to have a good year. So, yeah, give me the Eagles -2. They'll still win by, they could still win by a field goal and still win. So that makes it easy for me, folks. And yeah, like I said, quick one this week since it's a solo one. But hey, content is content, you pieces of shit. And talking about content, oh, look at 5. I didn't, everybody's watching live. God bless you. Oh, shit, and there's comments. If you are watching live or you listen to this in the next hour, we are live at the flagship show, 6 p.m. If you're watching it live, I'll give you the teaser. I will be the first person to ever do a comedy podcast from a kayak. So tune in at 6 p.m. That's a little treat for you fine people watching live. Yeah. At Stansel Gym, Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you don't. See if we can get those numbers bumped up a little bit. Put more dicks on there if they do. Patreon.com, Ski Mask Media, at Venmo, fuck it, Ski Mask Host at Venmo if you want to just straight up send us bucks. Let's get me out of this garage. Let's win. Love you all. If you're listening live or later or watching or whatever, I love you. Hit me up with questions. DMs are always open. Questions, whatever topics you want us to cover on the sports show, separate from the flagship Ski Mask show. Hit me up. I'm available. I'm a man of the people. I'm in the streets. I'm on the concrete. No other All-American athlete is doing this. They're pieces of shit. I'm the only All-American All-American. never forget. Happy 9/11. Build that wall. We'll see you next week. Good luck in week 2, you gambling addicts.